Hey guys, Rollout or Taylor here, and I'm back with another Division video. And I've just gone from work and found out they are updating the PTS to PTS 4. This is going to be the last one, so after this we can expect a release of 1.6 as long as they're happy with everything and the testing in this phase goes alright. So I'm guessing you could say we're due to get 1.6 within the next 3 weeks on all consoles, as now PlayStation 4, for this expansion at least, isn't tied to the 30-day wait. So anyway guys, let's get into some of the coolest changes, and today we've got one that really stands out. But before I get into that, it's already spoiled by the title anyway, I'm just going to look at normalization. So I quote here, with PTS 4, normalization will roll the max stat for all gear bonuses, gear mods, performance mods and weapon mods, in addition to the previous max rolls for major stats, weapon damage and weapon attributes, which means that your entire character will be scaled to a fully min-max 256 build. Your goal when putting together a build for Last Stand should now be completely focused around creating a build that suits your playstyle, instead of only trying to find a build where the stats are rolled fully to your advantage. So normalization now rolls the max gear score 256 stat for the following: your gear major and minor bonuses, gear mods, performance mods, weapon mods, major stats, weapon damage and weapon attributes. This is a really good change in my opinion. It just creates like such a level playing field, but the only difference is going to be the playstyle between players. So you could still like fully spec into, let's say, Firecrest or something like that, and then you can have different roles in Last Stand, and then you'll know like what you're best suited to. So yeah, I just think it's a really good change. I think it's something they were getting close to anyway, but now it's been done, it's going to be good to see how it plays out, and I'm sure in the next week or so I'll have a few videos showing you how it does work out and my opinions on it further down the line. There's also been a few changes to the rewards you get in Last Stand. So before PTS 4, it was sort of like just roughly estimated, and that's how you got a cash. So I quote again, up until now, the scores used to calculate rewards at the end of the match were placeholders until we had more data on what kind of scores we could expect during a match. With PTS 4, the score thresholds for Last Stand rewards have been increased. If your team wins a match, you'll also get a win cash, no matter what your personal score is. The Last Stand score thresholds are now 3,000 for 1 cash, 6,000 for 2 caches, and 15,000 for 3 caches. Again, a really good change, but not too much of a change where it sort of kills the grind in Last Stand. Like if you're using that as a main loot source, it's still really viable. So I'm very happy with this. I'm going to be playing a lot of Last Stand for the main fact that whenever you get a Last Stand cache, there's also a chance for it to drop an exotic item. So that's going to be really good. It's going to be a fun grind as well. They've also fixed the problem with joining on the fly. You can now join a Last Stand match that is already in progress. Yet the only concern I have about this is if you join and somehow your stats are calculated as in like wins and losses, if you join a losing team and the game ends up as a loss, then will that count as a loss for you personally, or are we just never going to see these stats? But anyway, that's the only concern I have. I do like the idea that you can now join on the fly. Obviously, it's going to speed up matchmaking a whole lot more. So the reason I didn't play too much of PTS 3 was the time to kill was way too fast. So luckily in PTS 4, they have changed that. The PvP damage multiplier has been lowered from 0.46 to 0.42. This change applies to both Last Stand and the Dark Zone, which is really cool. Hopefully it's going to add a lot more fun to both game modes and really bring your builds into question when fighting it out. But now guys, we move on to the biggest change, SMGs. SMGs will indeed receive crit hit chance as a bonus instead of the crit hit damage. The maximum roll of crit hit chance on an SMG can reach up to 22%. The reason they've introduced this is because they noticed a lot of players in Last Stand were using legacy SMGs that still had this rolled, and they felt that it wasn't actually doing much harm and it was improving the gameplay. So they've actually rolled it back in, and this is actually going to be a retroactive change. So all your current SMGs with the crit hit damage on, I believe, will be rolled with crit hit chance. I'll pin a comment below just confirming this. But yeah, really happy with this. A lot of people have been screaming out for a change or a buff to SMGs, and now we've finally got it. So I know, for example, Ivan, who I play on Xbox with, who I actually need to play a lot more with, he loves his MP7s with crit hit chance, so he's going to be over the moon. And every PTS video I've made, he's asked about changes to SMGs. So there you go, Ivan. We've now got a massive buff to SMGs. Along with those changes, there's also a few bug fixes, but I'll leave you to read those. The link to the patch notes is in the description below. But guys, that's going to round it up for this Division video. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, then make sure to subscribe for all future Division content. But until next time, as always, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.